This is Goku 4071 here with the second half of my two-part video of what they should do now that they're rebooting Spider-Man. The first half was I think they should have done a Spider-Girl movie, but now this is my ideas for what I think the Spider-Man reboot should be, how they should go about it, and this is only ideas that I had, these are only my first couple of ideas. My ideas for what I think they should do now that they are doing a Spider-Man reboot. This is where I'm going to talk about various things. I don't know casting. I'm not very good at casting. I've never mentioned casting in any of my videos, and I never will, because I'm not very good at casting. Because because I don't like them to cast famous actors. The people I know that I think might be good at this role are too famous for me to even want in this role. I think somebody said it best. I think it was somebody on Attack of the Show said it best, that the character who's probably going to be playing Peter Parker in the next film, because they're going to go into high school, is probably some kid doing some test and doesn't even know he's going to play Spider-Man until he does. So let's begin now. Okay, first, let's get the first part out of the way. I don't think they should have an origin. There are pieces of the origin they can have. But for the most part, I don't think they should have an origin. They should have the web shooters. That's essential. They should have had it in the first film. There's no reason not to have it. And so, I think an origin's a bad idea. Depends on how they do it, if they do. But there's no need for it. Everyone knows Spider-Man's origin. You can have flashbacks. You can do very Hulkish, where you're kind of showing how he got his powers. And you can do stuff like that. That's fine. But if they were to do an origin, do something different. And I'm not saying alter the origin. I'm saying, you have to have him get bitten by the spider. You have to have his Uncle Ben die by some robber, and you have to have it be his fault because he went into wrestling. But do something different. Make the landscapes different. Make the things that happen different. Okay, the love interest. 100% Gwen Stacy needs to be in the movie. If you don't have Gwen Stacy, then it's bullshit. Have Gwen Stacy. Mary Jane can be at the end of the film. A lot of people are saying, don't have Mary Jane into number 62. I don't know. Mary Jane has to come in early. But not too early. End of the film is good. Second film is better. But yeah. Villains. Villains. Okay, let's get into villains. Minor villains. I want the first film to be minor villains. Two villains off the roster of, I'll name a couple: Shocker, Electro, Stereo, Chameleon, Rhino. Pick two of those. Any two you want. Any of those work. And they can team up. That's fine. Get two of them out of the way. Any two you want. Because all of them work fine. And then have Norman Osborn in the film as, have Harry as his best friend. Have a story arc with them. It doesn't have to be major. Just make sure that you know they're friends. And have a real relationship with them. I'm not saying the original film didn't. I'm just saying make sure you have a real relationship. And Spider-Man has to be, the actor who plays Spider-Man has to be cracking jokes. They can't just do it for fan service this time. It has to be majorly in the film. And have Norman Osborn kind of have him in the back burner, knowing that he's building the Goblin suit, and have him be the guy who's actually hiring these villains to do this. Have him kind of be like the Kingpin in many ways, because in the comics he is like that. He is kind of like the Kingpin in the comics. Okay. Film 2. In many regards, this is a trilogy. I want it to be a trilogy. I want it to set up things, and this will be the darker of the films. Very much like Star Wars, things are going to happen. I don't know what exactly going to happen, because I'm just giving a rough overview of what I would like. I'm not actually pitching an entire, and so villains are kind of weird. You have a couple to work with here. I think, personally, I would love them to do, Kraven and Lizard. Just because I think they work together, and I think they work in a film. And, have Kraven hunting the Lizard. Don't have them team up and try to fight Spider-Man, because that would make no sense. And, have the Green Goblin be in the movie. The Green Goblin is in the movie, but he's not. He's on the back burner. You see him flying around. You might see a little bit of his plan coming to fruition. And this could be the film where he actually finds out Spider-Man's identity, while Spider-Man's trying to handle the Lizard and Kraven at the same time, trying to save his best friend and trying to stop this guy, Kraven the Hunter. This would be a perfect time for Norman Osborn to kind of sneak around and kind of figure out his identity. And I understand, yeah, I think they did fight before, and there can be a fight scene. I'm not saying there can't be a fight scene with Green Goblin, but he can't be the villain. It can't be the thing that they're fighting. It can be like a single fight scene, like he's going to Norman Osborn's company, and he sees a guy coming out of a glider. He fights the guy gets away, and then he kind of takes investment in trying to find out who Spider-Man is, and have him do something dark. Now, in this film, you do have the love triangle does begin to blossom, and you begin to find out that Peter Parker's falling for Mary Jane. Mary Jane has to be in this film, and that is also another dark thing, is that by the end of the film, he's torn between who he needs to go for and what he needs to do, because he's a teenager and he doesn't know what he's doing. And you set up that storyline in this film. Also, in number 2, you have to kill Captain Stacy. That's why you can use Doc Ock. I have a better idea for Doc Ock later on, but Captain Stacy has to die in film 2. In film 3, this is where the shit, whatever shit hit the fan in part 2, this is where it comes to the conclusion. And Green Goblin is completely the villain. He's going to be doing horrible things, and this is where Gwen Stacy is going to die. And blows himself up. Dude had a really good idea with this. That after he dies, Peter Parker leaves Mary Jane. So now he has no love. And that would set up the premise for film 4. And I think this is a good conclusion, and I think this works. Okay, let's get on to the second trilogy. Hello, this is Goku4071, here with the end of part 2. Unfortunately, this video kind of ran a little longer than I wanted it to. There will be a part 3. If you want to submit a video comment or video response, I do check them. I like them, and I like to hear what you have to say. And I would like you to tell me what you think. Like, if an idea doesn't work for you and you have a better idea, come on, because I kind of like coming up with these ideas, and